Good morning, everybody. So it is the day of finale day. Later on today, we're all finally going to get to see the reality war and have answers to most probably some of the questions that RTD has left us with for the last two seasons. Do I think all these questions are going to be answered? Probably not. There's far too much. Especially when it comes to Ruby. I feel like with Ruby, there's going to be a lot left out there because it's just like, she's no longer the companion, it doesn't matter anymore, when really it does, because there's still stuff that we've still got no answers to, and it's been like a full season after her run. So yeah, I feel like some answers for her should really be on the cards. But there has been some updates over on Instagram from RTD. He posted this picture, which is actually a really, really nice picture. It's nice to see a new updated version of him in the Tardis. But he says in this post that we have to set the controls for tomorrow, which is today. The reality war approaches. What is the Rani's plan? Is Conrad unstoppable? How can the Doctor be saved? Will Belinda ever get home? And what is Ruby's quest? That's just some of the questions we have for this finale. I mean, bearing in mind it's only, 15-20 minutes longer than a normal episode. Yeah, sure, you can fit a lot of stuff in there, but we've got X amount of characters as well. We've potentially got the return of Omega. Millie Gibson, the actor that plays Ruby Sunday, has said that we will see Omega in the finale. Whether that's for 5 seconds or that's for most majority of the runtime, we'll need to watch to find out. Personally, I don't think he's going to be in it a lot, because if he is, it's taken up most of the runtime and we've still got a lot of stuff to figure out with the Doctor, with all this lore dumping, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, don't get me wrong, it does worry me this finale's going to kind of take a nosedive compared to the rest of the season. Such a step up for Doctor Who compared to season 1, and I'm just hoping that this time it does come around and it sticks to landing. We also got this image from Doctor Who Disney, which is Disney's Doctor Who Instagram page, which is nuts to think that there's one of those that exist. What will they do? Just get rid of that if they don't continue with the deal? Anyway, the Doctor's dressed in the finale. We finally get an image of the Doctor. The Doctor's in unit. He is dressed the exact same way as he was when he got Belinda in the first episode. I don't know if that means anything, but yeah, they said only the Doctor can look this good while saving the world. Drop your Doctor Who season finale predictions below. So yeah, in this photo we actually have confirmation that Mel will be in unit, at least for now. The Doctor's also in unit. God knows how he gets there from falling off the edge of the Bone Palace. We also have Yasmin Finney, who plays Rose Noble. I think behind Yasmin Finney we have Ruby Sunday as well, because if you look here you can see it's slight blonde hair, so I think Ruby's there as well. There's also someone standing beside Mel, but I don't know who that is. The only person that's not really in this shot is Belinda, because we have Shirley Ann Bingham over here, Kate Stewart, Colonel Ibrahim, some soldiers. So I think the only person that's not in this shot yet is Belinda and Poppy. Very possible this is roundabout where they send Belinda to the vault. Minus that though, we are going to take a look at some of the community reactions that's taken place over the last couple of videos that I've posted, and yes, I will be reacting to your finale theories as well that I asked you to post. There's not many comments on that one. I think we'll actually start with that. 8 days ago I asked you to post your finale theories below, and some of them are actually quite interesting, to be honest. The Pandarads9 says that it's going to be an unnecessary and unwanted addition to Doctor Who lore and an overall story that had potential but fell flat. I can see where they're coming from here, because with last season's finale it kind of did fall flat. It started off really, really well and then it just kind of fell flat on its face. So I can understand where they're coming from with that. The Rani wants to transfer all the humans into Time Lords to create a new Gallifrey, and if 15 is going to regenerate, they want Ted Danson as 16. Funny reading this after the episode's release, seeing how horribly wrong they all were. So some people has posted theories for Wishworld, because I think I did mention Wishworld up here as well, because it was posted before Wishworld. An in-person reunion with Susan. If this doesn't happen, I'm rioting. That's from Night Shiner Studios. Yeah, we still have that Susan mystery as well, which has been lingering from season 1. If she doesn't appear in the finale, I feel like it's going to be very unpaid off. It just feels like she's just been thrown in there for fan service for the sake of it, rather than actually having her have a proper purpose to be in the episode. My theory is Reality War is going to be another great episode like the rest of this season, and yet people on the internet will still find things to complain about. Okay, I could take this one or two ways, because, you know, I'm going to be one of those ones that post a video about this finale. I don't always find things to complain about, though. Like, personally, I don't. If I don't like something, I will say I didn't really like that part. But most of the time I do look at the episodes from a positive standpoint, because it's pointless dragging the show. We got what we got, and that's kind of it. This one, Joseph Chambers 2000. I love this comment. I think, and ᴍᴏᴇᴏ will cry, Vrada Sethu will get home, Millie Gibson will sort of just be there, Bonnie Langford will say some things that need to be said, Caroline Ford will be underused, Archie Punjabi will be set up for a reappearance later on. That's if we get more seasons. Oh, Anita Dobson will not be set up for a reappearance later on. Michelle Gomez will be in a different program, and Billie Piper will be waiting for the phone to ring. I do like that comment. That's a good comment. Some will love it, some will hate it. No matter what, it will be talked about endlessly. That one's kind of a guarantee, Brian, because Doctor Who's always talked about endlessly. We are on to the promo images. I'm not going to look at all these comments because there's a good amount of comments here. But we're on to the promo images for the Reality War. This is the video that I posted for the Reality War promo images. So could the Doctor be revealed to be the God of Life? So the Doctor actually kind of revealed himself to be the God of Life in Empire of Death. He kind of stated that that's what he must be, but he very well could be revealed to be the God of Life. What I don't understand is why the Doctor said Poppy is real, don't you know what that means? I mean, yes, she's real, and you all are. Did he mean that she was not affected by the wish? It seemed so. Maybe, but that sounded weird to me. Yeah, I was a little bit confused by that one as well, but I think it has a deeper meaning. They wouldn't have made that line so prominent if it didn't actually have a meaning, so I think that's why in the Reality War it looks as if Belinda's going to be protecting Poppy. Perhaps Belinda is Poppy's mother in the same way that the 10th Doctor became Jenny's father. We were specifically told that Belinda and Monday from Boom have the same DNA. I suspect that the same DNA was obtained from one of them as a genetic material for the later creation of Space Babies, and Poppy is the child of that genetic line. The Space Baby farm probably had numerous genetic lines to create babies from. Voluntary contributed or stolen. Oh, that is actually such a good shout, Lisa. Wow. Yeah, so Belinda potentially could have multiple faces across all time, but that doesn't. I suppose it's Doctor Who. It very well could be. So Monday could be a space baby, and so could Belinda, or Belinda could be the creation of her own space baby line. That would be crazy. Edit to add, Poppy is real. What if the Doctor's DNA was obtained by the ambulance and Boom and also used later? Even if not, I think a time paradox can still allow for the theories about Poppy's significance to the Doctor. I can tell you've really thought about this. So sounds like me at night when I'm trying to go to sleep, and it's like, oh, what if this happened in Doctor Who? That's how I came up with the triangle theory way back in season 1. I was lying in bed and just kind of fell asleep thinking about triangles. It would be a fitting tribute if the current Doctor regenerates into Sean Pertwee, son of the late great John Pertwee, who first met Omega in the Three Doctors. As nice as that would be, I really don't see that happening. I don't think Sean wants to kind of overdo or outdo his dad's legacy. I'm sure he says that in an interview, that he would love to do some Doctor Who just as long as it doesn't affect his dad's legacy, which is fair enough. It's heading towards regeneration this Saturday night. I don't think it is. I think they want us to think that it is, then it is not. Whoa, big surprise. It is regeneration the show needs it. See, I don't think it does. I think we've had like maybe one too many regenerations lately. I mean, we had Peter Capaldi, Jodie Whittaker, David Tennant, and now ᴍᴏᴇᴏ, and then we just had the bi-generation from the Rani. Like, it's been regeneration heavy. If anything needs to be put in the cupboard and left for good, it's a wee bit of regeneration. We need a Doctor we can actually properly connect with for a while, like we did with David Tennant. Here's the thing for you. Way back in episode 1, proper episode 1, The Unearthly Child, plus, so 76 Totters Lane is in Hackney, which we do know that this takes place in the borough of Hackney as well, which is interesting. I'd put money on Poppy being Joe Martin. Wow. Haven't worked it out fully, but if that is the case, those other babies could also be a bunch of Time Lords. I've seen that theory go about a bit as well. Okay, let's move on to a different poll. So this one is the reactions to Billie Piper potentially being, well, this poll here is you guys discussing who you would like to be the next Doctor. The comments on the video are about Billie Piper, and some of them are really interesting. So who would you like to be the 16th Doctor? I gave you 4 options. Guys, I can only ever give you 4 options on these polls. As much as I would love to give you more options, I have to pick four people or 4 villains. I don't have a choice. So sometimes David Tennant's got to be missed out, K9's got to be missed out, because those polls are obvious. You're going to pick those characters because you love them so much. So I want to see where you go without those characters in the picture. If you're unhappy with that, you can always leave a comment saying Mings is K9 or Mings is David Tennant. So this got a lot of comments as well. And a lot of people, so Andrew from the comment in the video we just reacted says they should just go for an unknown actor, which I like the idea of, to be honest. It would be nice to see some new talent that most of us aren't familiar with. Then that way we can go into it without judgment. Jo Martin deserves to shine. I really like her Fugitive Doctor. I really, really agree with this one. I really think it should be Jo Martin. I don't know how they would put the twist into that to kind of make it work. But as I says in one of the comment replies, it wasn't specifically stated that Jo Martin did actually come before William Hartnell. It was just kind of assumed that she did. So technically they could make that work. None of them somebody new, please. So it seems like a lot of people are kind of leaning towards having somebody new. How about none? I want a female, but not like this. Yeah. I mean, I don't want... If it had to be anybody out of this list, it would be these 2, because she was fantastic when she played the TARDIS. And Jo Martin is just a Doctor that we've not really seen much of, so it could be fun. Michelle Gomez, I just don't think that would be a good idea, to be honest. I would love for them to put Karen Gillan back in the TARDIS. I mean, she will be in the TARDIS in the 20th anniversary. I'm assuming that's what they'll use as the backdrop. But yeah, she'll be back on Doctor Who for the 20th anniversary, Doctor Who Unleashed. So it will be nice to see what it's like for them all to get back together, because Karen and Matt Smith are both returning. I think Arthur Darvill is as well. So that'll be interesting. Someone new altogether. All of these picks would be lazy. I do agree, but then would it be strategic as well? Because if you did Billie Piper, I mean, that would definitely get viewers in. I hope it's Verada. Do you know, I would really like Verada to be the Doctor as well. I think that would be fun. Richard A. Ode, certainly no actor who has already played a role within New Who already. It's a hard one because some of these actors I really, really do like, and then you're just like, do you really see them as the Doctor? Jo Martin, because she's incredible, therefore deserves more screen time, and also to retcon the Timeless Child. But if you retcon the Timeless Child arc, then you don't get Jo Martin. So, yeah, you got to win some to lose some there, unfortunately. Because Jo Martin kind of popped up because of the Timeless Child arc. So if the Timeless Child arc doesn't happen, then Jo Martin's Doctor no longer becomes a Doctor either. Jo Martin, absolutely. So it definitely seems like a lot of people is aiming towards Jo Martin, which could potentially be right, because we know that she's already been in an episode. She was at the season premiere, and she could technically be in more. I actually was watching The Three Doctors last night. What crossed my mind was, what if there is actually more than one Doctor in this episode? Like, we don't know how much of it was actually needed to be filmed outside, so technically photos couldn't get took of the shoots for this episode, so there could be multiple Doctors in this episode and we just don't know. Okay, and then on to the comments. I want to read some about what you guys have been saying about the 16th Doctor being Billie Piper, because it is quite interesting. So no, Billie Piper is not going to be the 16th Doctor, besides I already did a Billie Piper Doctor. Okay. This would be bad, not because Piper couldn't do it, but because we need an unvarnished Doctor for a moment. That said, maybe if 15 goes for another season, he gets taken out by a Dalek in the finale while travelling with Belinda, who stops him from committing genocide, then it has my blessing, because that makes sense, actually. Okay, but that's kind of already been done. I don't mind current Doctor Who, which says a lot considering I used to love it, but this is madness. They know what works for the show and know what doesn't. It seems like the writers are upset, and instead of going with what they know will work, they're trying to be spiteful. If I were a writer on a show and I didn't like the show or its fans, I would find a new one or just do my job. Fair enough. That's a fair enough comment. I don't think the image is of Billie. Yeah, so in this video, that image there is supposed to be Billie Piper regenerating from Disney Plus Spain. So yeah, I don't think the image is of Billie. As I says, the time it first appeared on Reddit, the tip of the nose is too different. Yeah, I was looking at that as well. It's hard to make out because it literally is just her eyes, so it's hard to say. This comment I did like, just because of the sarcasm in it. What's next? Rosie's mum is Davros. Mickey is a cyber leader. For God's sake, just cancel the program now before it gets any more ridiculous. So we have Mr. Trev Carter, who is a member of the channel, has been a member for the channel for a long time. He says, Billie has previously expressed doubt about spending 9 months of the year filming in Cardiff whilst bringing up a young family. So I have my doubts, but it would have to be fab to once more welcome her back to the universe. But hopefully we have ᴍᴏᴅᴜᴜ for a couple more seasons. However, all will be revealed tomorrow. What bring on the finale. Yeah, 100%. I do really kind of want ᴍᴏᴜᴜ to stay, but there's a lot of people that want ᴍᴏᴜᴜ to leave. It's like a 50-50. People think ᴍᴏᴜᴜ's got to leave, and then I was watching Tardis live, and he posted a poll into the live asking if people think ᴍᴏᴜᴜ was going to regenerate, and it just kept sitting at 50-50. Like, it wouldn't move. It was going up to like 52 said yes, and then 52 said no, and then it stuck at 50-50. People really don't know. So the last comment I'm going to read here is, no, whoever thinks this is true is a stupid dumb pudding brain 8. Billie Piper will always be Rose Tyler. The next Doctor will be T.Y. Tennant. I think that's meant to just say Tennant. It's obvious keeping it in the family. Plus, and ᴍᴏᴜᴜᴜ has not left yet, so let's enjoy him being written by others who are not RTD, who only wants to see him cry a lot, which is annoying. Yeah, I do get the crying thing, but that isn't RTD. Like, once we be able to read the scripts, I don't think it's going to say in the scripts, oh, and ᴍᴏᴜᴜ sheds a tear, because it's the actor's choice, and RTD has already said that. RTD's already says that he's not going to tell an actor how to do his job. If he feels at that moment that he needs to cry, he needs to cry. And some of the moments where he does release a tear is beautiful, it does work. But I think in ᴍᴏᴜᴜ forgot what episode he was shooting and just kept releasing tears through every episode of the season. I think that's how he's kind of got a little bit more control on it now, but it could have some significance as well in the finale. But yeah, I mean, do you like my background of my desktop? I love it. Yeah, I mean, there's been so much speculation, so many theories. I don't actually think that there's going to be very many people that have actually got this theory correct for what's going to happen in the finale. There's apparently 3 endings. No one knows what one the BBC's decided to go with. If ᴍᴏᴜᴜ does regenerate, I think the most reasonable one to go with at the moment is the fade to black. So regenerate and fade to black. But I don't know. I don't really feel like ᴍᴏᴜᴜ is going to regenerate. I feel like we're going to have him again in 2027, which I'm not complaining about because he's became a fantastic Doctor this season. He's really come into his own. And I would only love to see what happens if he continues the role for another 2 years or so. But those of you who are going to the cinema, I hope that you have a fantastic experience and really, really soak up these 2 episodes of Doctor Who. Just go into it remembering that it potentially could be your last episodes of Doctor Who for a while. The show potentially could get cancelled after this. We don't know what's happening. So really, really have a fun time and try and enjoy it. And those of you watching at home, same to you. Turn the lights down, turn the volume up, and just have a bloody good time. Thank you for watching this video. I know it's probably been a long one, but yeah, hit like, release a comment, and hit subscribe. The subscribers are building and it's crazy. We're at like, what, 4,300 already, which is nuts. So thanks very much to everyone who has subscribed.